Joining us now is assistant coach LaTonya Watson. And LT, I want to thank you so much for joining me.
Well, thank you. It's my pleasure.
Absolutely. For you, getting a chance to be a first-year assistant here at NJIT, how have you been enjoying your experience so far?
I've enjoyed it immensely. Being able to work with Coach Lane again is a joy for me. And then also the group of young women that we get to coach. They're like sponges. They're ready to kind of absorb all the things that we're teaching them.
Oh, which is great, you know. And for you, obviously, having been a former head coach at the University of New Haven, and you and Mike, of course, go back to your time at Bucknell together. I know you also spent some time at the University of Colorado, but, you know, close to 20 years in collegiate basketball. How do you feel like you've had a chance to bring all that experience to this brand new chapter here at NJIT basketball?
Well, things that are tried and true that I've done with other players, whether it was as an assistant or as a head coach, kind of knowing what works, what doesn't work. And I think, you know, that bodes well with my credibility and the respect that I get from our student athletes. They're trying to implement those things, and sometimes it's like, you want me to do what? Okay. But I think they're catching on.
No, which is great. And, you know, that relationship you have with Mike, obviously having worked together at Bucknell, and knowing that once he got, you know, the call to be the head coach here, and I'm sure at some point he picked up the phone and said, LT, you want to come join? I'm sure, you know, was that a lengthy process, or was it simple, hey, all right, I'm going to come with you?
Well, it was a process, but yes, Mike picked up the phone and he texted me that night.
Yeah.
And, you know, we stayed in contact with one another, and not knowing, you know, what I was going to necessarily do, but, you know, he's the #1 reason why I'm here, quite frankly. And I believe in him because I had an opportunity to work with him. I know what he can do as a coach. I know the types of relationships that he's built with former student athletes who adore him. And he's a crazy kind of guy, and he likes to mix it up. But you know, and then academically, you know, my profile is working at high academic institutions, and NJIT is exactly that. And then obviously this beautiful facility, the WEC. I mean, it was a game changer for me. So.
All right, Coach. Well, one final question before I let you go. One fun fact you told me is you have visited 48 out of 50 states. So I got to ask you, what are the other 2 states that you haven't been to yet?
I would, if we had time, I would ask you what you think. But
Yes.
Montana and North Dakota, I am coming to your state probably this spring. I got to get to my 50 states. I have a friend that has just Alaska, and I got to get to those states before she gets to Alaska. So.
All righty, Coach. Well, welcome to NJIT, and hopefully continue to enjoy the ride here. So
appreciate it. Go Highlanders.
Go Highlanders is right. That's Coach LT.